there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Lexie, and today's video is going to be the books that I read in the month of April. I know I say this every time when I do one of these videos. It's crazy that the month flew by already, and we're already going to be in May of 2021. So I think it's crazy. This year is flying by. So we are just going to jump in. This month was not as a successful reading month as the last one, but I got some really good books in. I only did a few, but I got some good ones in. So I was very, very happy about that. So we're just gonna jump in and start talking about them. So the first one that I finished, I finished this within the first few days of April, so I guess I did finish it in April, but it was kind of read before that, so it was kind of just a mix of a couple months, but I did finish it this month, so that's why it's in here. But this is a reread, and this was Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I am a huge, huge fan of Harry Potter, always have been, always will. I will always reread them. Harry Potter is like a comfort zone for me, so no matter, it doesn't matter what's happening in my life, I can pick up a Harry Potter book or a movie and just kind of escape. So I read this one, my friend Christy and I are doing kind of like a buddy read of the Harry Potter series. She has never read them before. She's only just recently started watching the movies. So we started buddy reading the books together, and right now we're on the Order of Phoenix. We're kind of moving slow through that one, but that's okay. This one I did listen to on Audible because, I don't know, listening to Harry Potter to me is just, it makes the books even more special somehow. I don't know, just the voice of the narrator, and I don't know. It was just, I listened to this one, but I did read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I think this is honestly one of my favorite Harry Potter books. I don't know why. Goblet of Fire was never one of my favorite movies, but the book is just so much better. So I absolutely loved this one. Okay, well, loved it. I've always loved, I don't know. So the next one that I've read is Love and Olives by Jenna Evans Welch. Now, I did do a reading vlog on this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. I will make sure to put the video either in a card above or link it down below. And I loved this book. It was such a cute little book. Again, I will say Jenna Evans Welch, her books are the perfect kind of like books for the spring and summertime. I live in Southern California, so I kind of read summer books all year round because it always feels like summer here to me. So I tend to read them all year round, but I think that if you live in a climate that is just getting into spring and stuff, I think these books would be a cute little escape for you. This follows Olive, on her journey to see her estranged father again in Santorini, Greece. Again, like I said in my reading vlog, I've been there, so it kind of made reading this book a little bit more special for me because I was able to kind of visualize the book a little bit better because I've been there. So, it just brought back some happy memories, and I think that it was a cute story between Olive and her dad, and her love interest and all that good stuff. So if you want a cute little young adult romance summer spring read, go pick up Love and Olives, or start with Love and Gelato or Love and Luck. All three of them are great. Just go read them all. Okay, so the next one that I read was Too Good to Be True by Carola Lovering. This was one of my book of the month picks for the month of, was it March? I think it was March because we're going in, yeah, March. I was excited for this one, but again, this is classified as a thriller on book of the month, and I think I guess when I think of a thriller, I think of page turning, like what's gonna happen, kind of like a whodunit kind of. When I think of thriller, it's like keeping me on the edge of my seat where I'm gonna blow through a book because I want to know what happens. I don't know. The thrillers for book of the month has not done that for me. I'm not saying that they're bad books, it's just I don't think that they should be classified as thrillers. in my opinion. Maybe my sense of a thriller is different than whoever classifies them, and that's fine. But this book kind of disappointed me, kind of like Girl A, where I was expecting kind of more of a, I was expecting the story to draw me in more than it did. So this follows Sky, who falls in love with Burke, and they end up getting married, but it turns out Burke is already married to Heather, and pretty much, how do I break this down without giving too much? It kind of wasn't a thriller. It was, I would consider more of like a suspense, maybe, kind of like what's happening. There was nothing that drew me in like too much. I think it started getting good at part 2, which was around 150 pages. So the first half of the book was kind of just, it was 150 pages of introducing the characters and kind of building up to what's really the suspenseful part. So I think I rated it about a 3-star because it didn't do it for me. It wasn't a great, fantastic book, but it wasn't a bad book. So it kind of sat right in the middle. I think, once again, like Girl A, if it was classified different, I would have gone in different and had a different mindset, and I would have enjoyed it better. So I picked this up thinking, you know, oh, something's up with somebody, someone, I don't know, it didn't seem like a book that was going to be just kind of a money laundering kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Wasn't my favorite of the month, but it wasn't terrible. So if you haven't read it, I'm not saying don't read it, because I think that you should try it, because who knows, you may love it differently than I am. Maybe you'll go in with a different expectation of it. So definitely give it a try for yourself and see how you like it. Maybe you have a different opinion. If you loved it, let me know, please, because I would love to talk about it a little bit more, because I just feel like maybe I was missing something. So I don't know, but 3 stars. It was okay. Okay, next, I think the book that I was the most excited for this month, I did read it. I pre-ordered this months and months ago, and it came out this month, and I was so excited, and that is The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Again, I have done a reading vlog on this. I was super excited to do a reading vlog on this, so I will make sure to link that either in the cards or down below as well. Loved it. I gave it a 4-star. It was not a 5-star. I think that the Kingdom of Flesh and Fire was a 5-star for me, but this one was a 4-star because, like I said in the reading vlog, I don't want to go into too much detail in this because, again, I've done a reading vlog. Great start, slow middle, great end. Really got me excited for the next one. I love to see where Poppy's story and Cass's story is going. I loved Kieran. I loved the Wolven. I loved all of that. There was just a lot more added to the story and this fantasy world in this book. Not many questions were answered completely. There were some big big questions answered, but then there was a whole bunch of more questions added to the mix at the end of this book. So excited for the next one. Definitely go pick it up. Go watch my reading vlog. Good solid 4-star, good addition to the series. Yeah, and if you haven't read Blood and Ash, that series, go do it. It's worth the hype. It is, because as I say in all my books, I try not to read too many books with huge fandoms or big hype, because I'm so scared of being let down, and this one will not let you down. If you like a fantasy romance, go. You'll enjoy it. And if you don't, I'm sorry. I'm not going to ask what's wrong with you, because I can't judge how people, you know, fall in love with books or how people process books. So I'm not going to say that. But if you don't enjoy it, then you're one of the few that don't. If that makes sense. If I insulted anybody, I'm sorry. Okay, let's move on to all of my digital and audio books that I listen to. I think I did more of an audiobook listening this month versus reading. I only did technically 3 physical copy reads. So all the other ones were digital. Okay, so I don't think this has a picture. I don't think, but we're gonna see. Haha, yes, I do. So let's go back to the cover. Okay, so I did get an ARC for this month. Sorry, Kane, my dog is barking. I did get an ARC this month, so if you don't know what an ARC is, that is an advanced reader's copy, and I got that for the book of The Art of Breaking Up by Elizabeth Stevens. So this is the cover. It obviously has the ARC on it. The cover is really cute if you can actually see it. But this book, Elizabeth Stevens, I kind of came across a couple years ago back on Kindle Unlimited, and she just writes cute little young adult romances, and I saw that she announced that, you know, there's a possibility you can get an ARC, so I made sure to try to jump on that and grab one, and I did, and I'm so happy I did, because this book follows I think it's Wade and Nora. Did I actually remember names of a book? Holy cow. Put it in the history books. I remembered it. Okay. Now, after patting myself on the back for remembering something, it follows Wade and Nora. And Wade used to date Nora's best friend. They broke up 2 years ago. And Nora still thinks that her friend Lisa is still in love with Wade. Well, things happen in Nora's life, and she ends up turning to Wade to kind of help process these big changes in her life. And I'm not going to say what. But she feels guilty about it because she's like, well, this is my best friend's ex, and she still likes him, and do-do-do-do-do. And Wade's also going through his own mess. And so they kind of bond over being messes together, and she feels guilty. Well, they end up you know, when you're going through things like that with somebody, you tend to form some kind of feelings or relationship. So it's kind of them wading through that problem, but at the same time, this book also touches on mental health, healthy and unhealthy ways to cope or to manage mental health. And I think that that's such a great story or a great lesson, especially for a young adult book, because going through high school and things like that, it's a mess. Like, you're going through so many emotions that sometimes you don't know how to handle it. And so I think that that was such a great aspect of this book. I loved Nora. I loved Wade. They were both messed up, but at the same time, they were learning how to not be. So learning how to cope and talking about mental health, I think, was a great aspect of this book, and I loved it. If you like young adult romances that might be a little bit twisted, you know, enemies to lovers trope, definitely go pick this up when this is available. I don't know when this will be available. I probably should have looked that up. I will try to find it and put it down below in the description box. But I think that this one is a cute little young adult read. If you're interested in this book, but because it's not out yet, go pick up Elizabeth Stevens' Keeping Up Appearances. Very, very similar. It doesn't have the mental health kind of aspect to it, but it is a kind of like enemies to lovers trope. So I love that one. I think that was kind of the first one that drew me into the Elizabeth Stevens. So go pick up Keeping Up Appearances, because that one, I think that was a cute book. I can't remember the characters' names. It's been years since I've read it. Let's dive into some of the books that I listened to, because I think the rest of them are audiobooks. So the next one I read was The Hail Mary. In the last month, I had listened to the first 2 books of the series. This month, the 3rd book did just get included in that Audible Plus membership, so I did get to listen to the 3rd book. So this follows This is an adult contemporary romance, and this follows Reed Johnson and I can't remember, Nolan was her name. This is the third book, so it kind of follows them later on in the series. It's that series that I talked about that followed football, stuff like that. So it's a very sports-oriented series. It was a cute little wrap-up to the series, so I did enjoy that one. Okay, next. This one I absolutely loved. I loved it. I listened to A Pho Love Story by Lonely, if that's how you pronounce it. I have fallen in love with any book that has to do with the setting of being in a restaurant. Like Tweet Cute, I loved, but the A Pho Love Story was adorable. It follows two teenagers who are children of rival restaurants. Both of their parents came from Vietnam, or both sets of their parents came from Vietnam, came and set up shop, set up restaurants, and they've never been friends. They've never been allowed to talk. They've always kind of been enemies, and in this book they start talking and turn into not so much as enemies as they're supposed to be. So this book follows them kind of building feelings, building a relationship, figuring out why their families hate each other, try to help build that or bridge that gap between their families because they don't want to be enemies anymore. There's no sense in being enemies in their eyes. So they're trying to fix that. And they're also trying to figure out what path to take and what path that their parents can accept when, I mean like professionally, what they want to do for the rest of their lives. Trying to figure out a path that their parents will accept that they'll be happy in. So such a cute little coming of age, young adult romance. Super cute. You will get hungry because they're talking about food constantly, and I was starving through the whole thing because everything sounded great. Okay, the next one, I was so excited. I was going to pick this up, but I decided to listen to this one because, yes, The X-Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I loved this book. I could not get enough of it. I listened to it way too quickly. So this follows two rivals that works at a radio station, and the radio station is starting to go under, and so they decide to come up with a new radio show that would maybe help keep them afloat, maybe give them better jobs or better positions in the company. And they start the show The X Talk, where it's two exes who come together and talk about the relationship and what happened. But they aren't exes. They're just two enemies in the workforce. So they're pretending to be exes. But obviously they're pretending to be exes. They hate each other. They start working together. Feelings change. Feelings evolve. And they may not be exes for very much longer. So because this was based as a talk show, I thought it would be best to listen to it. And I was right. I loved it. Fantastic. 5-star. The X-Talk, I can't give it any more praise. Super cute. Go listen to it if you get a chance. You can read it, but listening to it, I absolutely loved. So go give it a shot. And then I think I just listened to some more little like couple hour audiobooks that were part of the Audible Plus membership. So I really don't want to, I listen to just way too many because some of them are 4 hours, some of them are 6 hours, and I just kind of put through. So I think that's just gonna be too many to talk about. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.